All right, you guys, it is day 18 of the 21-day Mission Manifest, and we are closing in on the final few days here of this incredible effort that you all have chosen to make, that we have chosen to make. It feels like forever ago that it was New Year's, but we've been doing this every day since. So day 18 is... we're going to revisit something here. I figured we would do this maybe 3 days in and 3 days from the end as well, because I want to say that maybe there's been an evolution here, a bit of an arc in our understanding and our comprehension and our grasp of this wonderful concept of gratitude. I know that we had started talking about gratitude in terms of the things that we are grateful to have, obviously, the things that we get to experience in our lives, and that the bounty that is ours in this world and in this life, and in this country and where we live, and the freedoms that we have, and the people that are in our lives, and the opportunities we get to experience every day. But as well, we started talking about being grateful for things that we've yet to receive, that we want to have, that we anticipate having as a result of our efforts and our intentions playing out in real time, the way that we're all setting our sights on what we want to manifest and achieve and accomplish in the new year and beyond, but giving thanks with the end in mind before the event has occurred. But now, and I think I might have touched on this in that day 3 take on gratitude, but I want to now really take a closer look at this aspect of gratitude, and that is, someone once told me that there was a person in prison who wound up in prison somewhere, and who had come on to some bad luck and some poor decisions, and one of the first bits of advice or insight that he got when he first got there was that someone said, "Make no mistake, you prayed your way into here." And it took him a long time to understand, like, what are you talking about? How would I ever have prayed my way into prison? But the more he reflected on it, the more he thought back to, having said some prayers about where he wanted to be, and God, show me the way to where I need to be. And in theory, and it could be argued that to get to where he had to go, where he wanted to be, to get on the straight and narrow, to get on the high road, he had to go through the valley of the shadow of death, as it were. Had to walk through those paces of realizing what he stood to lose, what he stood to, where the depth of the pitfalls of life, that if we aren't more careful, if we don't play our cards more wisely, if we are not more prudent and intentional with our actions, that invariably we're going to have to go through the struggles to get to where we want to go. And that's sort of a darker, deeper way of saying that in these last 18 days we've discussed concepts of forgiveness and fear, and things that have been, and honesty, and things that have been a little difficult and awkward and sticky and not so fun and woohoo creative and playful, but some things that have caused us to do a little more soul searching, and have caused us to reflect a little longer in the mirror, so to speak, about who we are, who we've been, who we are becoming, what our strengths and, more importantly, our weaknesses are. And today, as we revisit gratitude, I want you to, in your journals, I want you to write down, go back through if you have to, if you're hoping that you've been, diligent with your writing here. I want you to go back through your journal and look at some things that maybe surprised you, that kind of caught you off guard, and that stood out as the sticky stuff, as the uncomfortable stuff, as the challenges that have arisen through this, and see if you can't arrive at a point where you're able to give thanks for them. Thanks for the clarity. Thank you for this opportunity, this challenge, these 18 days, this 21-day mission manifest. Thank you for the comments that other people have left on these posts that maybe shed some light on your own situation, that made you realize, like, wow, I hadn't thought of that, but man, I guess I am guilty of that, or I guess I have felt shame in this regard, or embarrassment in this regard, or disappointment, and maybe I have let myself down in ways that I hadn't realized, and maybe I did have to forgive myself for things that I had neglected, or whatever it is. See if there's some things in there that you can write down, another list of things to be grateful for that you wouldn't normally put down as things that, yeah, thank God for this. Like, no, really think about the constructive side of manifestation and getting to where we want to go, and walking through the valley of the shadow of death. And, you know, as Steve Miller put it, you got to go through hell before you get to heaven. You know what I'm saying, guys? Dig deep and find out what those things are. And maybe it's not all going to come to you today, and maybe you're not going to write it all down. But as you push on past the 21-day mission manifest, I want you to start realizing that gratitude is so much bigger than just giving thanks for what you have and that you're excited about and happy and celebrating, but the things that you know aren't as pretty, aren't as pleasant, but that are totally informing who you're becoming and what you're able to achieve in this life, and give thanks for it often, and see what kind of changes come about from it. And that's it. Day 18 is gratitude version 2.0. And good luck with this one. You guys, we're getting really close to the end of this thing, and I'm so proud of you. Keep trucking. Leave comments if you can, if you want, and share with everybody. But otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.